Hi, this is Natalie Rice here from SBRpicks.com. The French Open is just a week away, and now is the last stop for picking off futures betting value. Let's break down now the top players' odds, as well as a few long shots worth considering. Joining me to do just that is William Hill's In Play radio host, Lee Phelps. Now, world number one Novak Djokovic is the favourite going in at -138. Can anyone stop the best player in the world on the infamous red clay?
No, probably not. It's a quick answer there. Although he's never won it, you know, he's got that little kind of thing there. It's the one that he hasn't won. The longer that goes on, people start to think, well, will he ever win it? I mean, he's too good a player not to win this at some point. The problem has always been that man Rafael Nadal, hasn't it? That unbelievable record that he's had in this tournament. One defeat. Just crazy. I mean, you know, last year people were saying, oh, this is it. You know, Nadal's been injured, he's out of form, blah, blah, blah. He still beats Djokovic. Unbelievable. But this year, I think it is Djokovic's to win. It's a boring bet. I know it's a boring bet, but I think it's his to win. I think he's too good. He's maintained his level of form. You know, we know he's fantastic anyway. 31-2 in 2015, his record, full stop. You know, won in Rome, won in Monte Carlo. He's 10-0 on clay. What's not to like?
Well, Rafael Nadal is +275, and perhaps more due to the dominant history at Roland Garros. He's fallen outside of the top 5 in player rankings, currently number 7. A lot of players here on the SBR forum are jumping off his bandwagon. What do you have to say?
Yeah, I'm in midair, jumping off it as well. To be honest with you, it's just his form. You know, he's lost to Fabio Fognini twice, 1-6, 6-2, 7-5, 6-4, 7-6, lost in straights. Lost to Andy Murray in straights, 6-3, 6-2 in the final. Lost to Djokovic in straights as well. He's also lost to Stan Wawrinka in straight sets. I mean, you know, there are a couple of those games, especially the ones against Fognini, where he actually had, you know, he had more break points and still lost the match, which is kind of, it's almost unheard of that happening in men's tennis. But there's something wrong there. You know, he can't be losing all those games and then go into the French Open and win. You know, it's such a tough tournament to win. We know how hard it is on clay, you know, especially if you're not playing your best and you have to win long. It's going to be very difficult, very demanding for Rafael Nadal. There's an interesting thing, you know, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, Natalie, but Rafael Nadal's got quite a good physique. You've probably never noticed. You probably never looked. I know you're more interested in the sport than the physique. But when he played Andy Murray and you see him kind of changing his top, he doesn't seem to be as domineering as he used to be. He doesn't seem to be as physically powerful as he used to be. And I think we are seeing, I might be making up a complete idiot here, by the way, if he wins this, but I think we're starting to see the demise of Rafael Nadal and what an amazing champion he's been. But not for me. I don't even think he'll get to the final. I think he'll go out early.
All right. Now, my personal favourite has to be, though, Andy Murray here to win at +800 for reasons which are obvious. Well, he's got a nagging thumb injury, but should be tough enough to play through it. Do you find value with his odds?
Yeah. I think it's a big ask. I mean, I know he's won his first ever clay court tournament, and that's great. And then he went and did great again, and then he pulled out, you know, of the last tournament, which is a little bit of a worry. I wish he'd never really got into it. I wish he'd just taken a week off and prepared properly. I think it's a little bit short now for me, Andy Murray. I think it's a big ask for him to go through. You know, I mean, you say about the thumb injury, he's always got some sort of niggle, Andy Murray, and I think the physical demands of this tournament could cost him. You know, when you see Andy Murray on a hard court tournament or grass, you usually get those matches where it goes 5 sets or 4 sets. It's a long 4 sets, or it goes 5 sets against someone who we should really beat. You know, he kind of almost loses concentration. You cannot do that at the French Open. You should not expend any more energy than you need to. And if you go to a 5-set match against someone that you should beat, that's expending far too much energy because the service rallies are so much longer. It's just a tougher ask on your body. So I think Andy Murray has to do it easy if he's going to get to the final. I think he needs to win in straights or in 4, but 4 easy if he's going to do it. I don't think he's capable of doing that, so I'm going to say no. I think he might go out semi-finals. Obviously, a lot of this is draw dependent, but I think he might go out at the semi-final stage.
Well, and a long shot bet maybe worth consideration is David Ferrer. He is a great clay court player. He's offered by Bet365 at +2,500. What do you make of his price and his chances to make a long run?
Yeah, I don't think, not for me. I don't think the fitness, I don't think his physical attributes are good enough to make him go all the way. Again, he'll be there, you know, he'll be in the last 8, no doubt. And he's a fantastic player, a dogged player, but I just think he's I think his time has gone. You know, I think he'll be sticking around until he retires, but not for me. I don't think he's physically fit enough to live with some of these players on this in this tournament.
Mm-hmm. And do you have any other long shot bets, or is this really this is Djokovic's time here to win at the French Open?
Yeah, it is. But we could look for a finalist to go with him, of course. I mean, I mentioned, you know, when we did the preview of the women's side of things, women's French Open can be won by players outside the top 10. The men's French Open, by and large, is won by one of the top 5 seeds. It's very rare that this goes to an outsider who breaks through. So you're looking at Djokovic, Nadal, Murray, Nishikori, Federer. I think Federer, similar to Ferrer, I don't think he's got the physical attributes now to go all the way in the French Open. Just a few others. Just, you know, Raonic got an injury. People like Raonic. Cilic, of course, broke through with a slam last year. He's got his recovery from injury is not going particularly great. Wawrinka as well, another slam winner last year. He's got some problems off the court, and I just don't think he's quite where he should be on this surface. Tsonga's interesting. I mean, Tsonga is a player who loves this tournament. I mean, it's been a while since he's got to the final, but when you're looking at a price of, you know, upwards of 150 to 1, got to the final in 2002, 2003, 2009. But I'm going to go for Kai Nishikori to get to the final here. Double the price of Andy Murray, and you know, very good player. Won Barcelona, 10-2 this season on clay. And to be fair, you know, he's lost a couple of times. Once to Djokovic and once to Murray. You know, once in the quarterfinal at Rome to Djokovic, once in the semi in Madrid to Murray. So he's got some work to do there. But I think at double the price of Andy Murray, if he gets a good draw, I think we could see Kai Nishikori really breaking through and losing to Djokovic in the final.
All right, great stuff, Lee. Thanks for being on the show today.